As an American living in Canada, I really didn't take into account just how different the communication would be. And I already struggle with communicating to people in general. But then I mastered it in the US.
At least she thinks she did.
I understood when they say this, I say that, it can go this way or that way. Like I had learned so detailed as to how I should behave, how I should talk, my mannerisms. And when I think I've grasped something or I've understood it better, there's still so many more layers to uncover. I feel like you have to be open to that growth in order to progress and really find comfort, especially if you're moving to a new country in general. Like it takes a while and you have to give yourself time. So next up is the Canadian pause, which I absolutely love that it's being used over and over again in my previous videos comment section. That just brings me so much joy. And everyone in that comment section, no matter how you commented, if you were really nice, if you were mean, if you were constructive, it really made me feel so validated and seen that I'm not crazy. There is a legit pause. And the reason, I mean, there's a myriad of reasons, but the biggest one I saw was pausing to think about what you're about to say. And I love that. And I loved all the other comments that explained why they pause. Doesn't make me want to like take a long walk off a short pier or anything when I'm mid-conversation. And I'm grateful. And I see it in Cody now, not all the time, but like sometimes like there's a pause and then I catch myself about to say something. And sometimes I do. And then I'm like, I'm sorry, I should have let you think or take time, and I'm like working on myself to give space and just respect that pause. A quick recap of what the Canadian pause was in my previous video. I just said that it felt like I would say something in conversation and there would be just a couple moments where nothing is said, even if you're in a group of people. And that time period, that very small amount of time would make me feel like I said something wrong, and I would just be questioning everything I said, even if it was a very neutral statement. As a neurodivergent person, I already struggle with indirect communication because I feel like it's prevalent no matter where you go, but I do feel like I've seen more indirectness here in Canada. So I didn't notice for the longest time that people were trying to say things, but saying it in an indirect way and not passive aggressively, though I experienced a lot of that. It's just like a comment that is made to make you think about whatever it is that you're doing in hopes that you'll change said behavior or remember to do something or remember to check on something, like saying things to help the person come to a conclusion on their own instead of just being direct and saying, hey, I just wanted to let you know X, Y, and Z. That's something too else that it's like, it's exhausting trying to figure out what's trying to be said to me. So I find that I'm having to just get more comfortable with being misunderstood if that does come up. Okay, the next one is just relearning basic social habits. I consciously make an effort to remember to say you're welcome, even if that feels extremely uncomfortable. People think that Americans don't say you're welcome because we're rude, and it's not that. We'll say anything but you're welcome because for us, I feel like those two words, when they are said, it's almost pointing out the fact that you needed us. Yep, you're welcome. Like, even though we don't say it with that tone, just those two words together just give a feeling of, I don't want to make someone feel bad that I helped them. And those two words make me feel like I make them feel that way. I've also read through other comments and seen other Americans also pointing out the same thing, is that we want people to feel good about coming back to us if they need to, and not that we're going to point out that they needed help in the first place. And I think that has to do with just our culture in the States. I'm going to give you an example of how it felt for me when I said you're welcome in a situation I really thought I wasn't supposed to. And I would love to hear your feedback on this, honestly. Okay, so we're at a park and two people are walking up and they ask if they can pet the dog. We're house sitting. We say, yes, sure. And they're petting the dog. We have a little quick chat. And then as they're leaving, we've already faced different directions. And they're like, thank you. In that moment, I was like, okay, they're already gone. If I say something now, like I'm just yelling, you're welcome across, like it's weird. But I was like, these are the moments you're supposed to say you're welcome. So then I'm like, you're welcome. Like fast, kind of mumbled, but said it loud. But Cody didn't even say you're welcome. So, and Cody's Canadian. But anyways, like that's how in my head I am now about saying you're welcome. And I really, really try to. It just doesn't always feel appropriate to me because of the reasons I've already said, but I'm trying, I really am. Okay, and then from my comment section, I have learned that being precise is very important in Canada to a lot of people, and I've also been working on that. So, for example, like if I say something like, I think Americans and Canadians are basically the same except for X, Y, and Z, I'm saying that they're similar. I'm not saying they're the same, I'm just saying it in a different way. And I understand you want preciseness, so I am also working on being precise and thinking about everything I say
all the time.
Now, while this isn't directly communication, it happens when you're communicating with people, and that is personal space. Personal space in the United States also exists, but I think in Canada it's taken up just a little bit, not a lot. But it's enough to notice that, like, when you're walking down a sidewalk and somebody will completely not walk on the sidewalk, even if you're just one person, you're walking single file and you're gonna pass each other. I've just noticed people will walk in the grass not to walk on the sidewalk next to you. I was surprised by that, but people will definitely like scooch over a large amount to make room for you so that they can keep their personal space. You can keep your personal space. It's very polite and kind. And it's just really big in, say, comparison to Japan or another Asian country that we've been to. We had to really get used to not having personal space. So coming to Canada, it feels like a lot. And I like it. I love my personal space so much. So that's awesome. I think the hardest part of all of this isn't the fact that I'm having to learn new patterns. It's more so I'm trying to unlearn and let go of the ones that I'm so accustomed to using. I'm still figuring all of this out, but I think that that's the point of being here.